And hello, and welcome into some more Talented. It's been a while since I last played this, and I wanted to check it out since there was a new DLC released with an all-new character, the ninja, who causes death by 1,000 cuts. And we can use trophies to gain reputation with clans and unlock powerful rewards. We're gonna play standard. And we start with Adrenaline. Your next 2 reloads are instant. Using this ability reduces its cooldown by 5% until the end of the night. Ooh. Or we could go with Manifestation, which creates 4 soul flames that orbit us for 3 seconds, but dealing 2 damage. It also has momentum. We're gonna go with Adrenaline for now, I guess. Start at 4. And continue onwards and just see how it goes. Unlock a Build a Beast Factory. World building. I don't know what that means. Our attack speed is pretty high. But we have to reload, which is a bit of an issue. Level up 2 times. Do we have like missions? Continue. I don't know what these are. Like missions of sorts? Completing quests has a 10% chance to grant an extra trophy. I see. Let's go with that for now. Over here, Entropy, create a soul flame every 10 seconds. Your soul flames gain 10% movement speed. Interesting. In that case, we'll go for crit chance and more range. And then experience an Entropy. Over here, we have reload speed as well as more influence. We have to level up 2 times. Just gotta very quickly get through this wave. We'll need to kill 22 enemies for the next mission to get more trophies. We've got 4 points, so I believe just going for the range ups here is going to be amazing. Entropy is going to be very, very useful. Over here we've got another ability. Level up. The next talent you learn can be any talent in your vision range. Ooh. So we could go with this. Visit Bone Clan. Use your trophies to increase your reputation and gain rewards. I see. Let's go with more experience for now. Yeah. Conveyor Belt of Death returns. Very excited to see a new class introduced here. Okay, that's for Soul Flame. It's quite fast. So it's like an orbital, but like the ones that the wizard has. Oh, we took some damage. That's bad. Need to deal damage now for the next quest to get more trophies. I haven't played this in a while, so I'm a bit rusty. Definitely am seeing, though, like, you know, muscle memory kicking in, I guess. You know, quickly switching signs, figuring out where to attack next, etc., etc. Let's do this. Whenever you complete a quest, you have a 25% chance to create a prism in a random lane. Increase damage of basic attacks that pass through it by 50%. Shatters at the end of the night. I see. In that case, let's go over here and visit the Bone Clan. Trophies remaining. Your clip contains 3 additional shurikens. I see, so we donate with trophies. So we've got that, and Prism, increase the damage of basic attacks. Whenever you use an ability, you have a 10% chance to create a prism in a random lane. For the next one, we'll need 3 more. Alright, so we can't go through there again. Let's go with more experience for now. And more influence to get an extra trophy. So now we have a 20% chance for that to happen. And also, whenever we complete a quest, we have a 25% chance, plus the 10% chance to get one for on ability use. The attack range is not really adding up too much at the moment. Like on the sides, we can see it being used already. Like on the bottom and top, you know, whether we have it or not doesn't make much of a difference. It feels like, but I'm not entirely sure. Caltrops over there. Honestly, reload. And bombardment. Your clip contains 2 additional shurikens. Gain 10% reload speed. Maximum is 10%. 2% for every extra shuriken in your clip. Nice. Took some damage. Unfortunate, because I didn't see that one. Sneaking up behind us. How dare. Let's move on. 6 talent points. Complete your current clan quest. The next clan quest you complete grants an additional trophy. Alright. While we're at it, we can also grab this crit chance and the influence over there so that we have more trophies. Besides that, we could go with cooldown reduction, extra range. I guess we'll do that twice. And there's the Spirit Clan. Ooh. Spirit Clan now. No, that's interesting. And up there with the Blood Clan as well. So I guess we want to save up as many trophies as we can to get a bunch of benefits from a clan visit. Okay, that was a close one. We add a lot of enemies on the right there. And successfully completed yet another clan quest there. We've got 8 trophies and 5 talent points. We can now head over this way to get more experience and more influence, more health, more reload speed. We could visit the Spirit Clan. I do think that would be pretty nice. Entropy is a lovely one to have as well. In Venom, your basic attacks have a 10% chance to fire an additional shuriken that applies with poisoned to enemies. Over here we've got Barrage. Your clip contains 2 additional shurikens, gain 7% crit chance, 1% X for every extra shuriken in your clip. Do we see the extra shuriken somewhere? Reload time, influence. Don't think so, right? No. Let's visit the Spirit Clan for now. Whenever you complete a quest, your ability power is increased by 25% until the end of the night. Create Soul Flame every 10 seconds. Kills with Soul Flames grant 25% additional experience points. Gain ability power equal to your critical strike chance. The next one is Vitality. Orbits, let's see, create a Soul Flame every 10 seconds. Your Soul Flames survive longer. I don't think that's too worth it. Got 1 more talent point, so we'll get Envenom here. And then we'll work our way towards the cooldowns and the experience. Then towards Barrage. I don't think visiting the Bullet Clan is going to be too great since we don't have too much in terms of trophies here. That said, we should be able to get a bunch of trophies this way. I do wonder sometimes, is this a roguelike or not? I guess waves are procedurally generated. And I guess we do have resource management in permadeath. We do have unlocks though. And the skill trees are procedurally generated. But would this also be considered one of those survivor legs? Have 12 or more shurikens in your clip as ninja. I think what I'll do is I'll grab health and crit chance over here and experience. And the reload speed, and that's totally worth it for me because, like, the health is whatever. I don't care about that. The crit chance, experience up, and reload speed is a lot of stats that I want. Then we can get a new ability soon. I'm gonna use our abilities right away whenever we can. It's like our next 2 reloads are instantaneous. After all, so we benefit immediately from them. Take care of these enemies on the bottom, on the right. Moving on, the town points. Get the caltrops that cover a lane with 5 caltrops, each dealing 5 damage to any enemy that walks over them. Maximum is 50 caltrops. Cooldown is 15 seconds, but, like, you know, with momentum it goes up. Let's get the experience and the influence up as well, while we're at it. Besides that, got 4 trophies. I'll get the extra experience over here. Boop. I'd like to get the influence up as well, if possible, but, you know. For now, it's fine. I don't think we'll get to 620 damage in one night. Well, caltrops do go a long way to deal a decent chunk of damage. And having more abilities is good for our prisms, so that we get more of them, which does help us out a bunch. We did, in fact, not get the quest, which is fantastic for us, since we can get more influence for now. Can get anything in our vision range. So we could visit the Bone Clan yet again. I will collect this over here, the influence up. Level up, you also learn the next unlearned talent above this. So we got the reload chance. You can get this over here. A bit wonky. We could run for entropy, which is neat. But in fact, we might just do that. Since we will create more soul flames, and soul flames give us more experience as well. And like 70% chance to get an extra trophy. I love it when we scale within a night like this. So abilities inherently just get go off cooldown quicker the more often we use them. Something that was always a problem with orbitals, by the way, was the fact that sometimes they're just not in range. Sometimes they're too far away or too close. And as such, like the spiraling arrows and the bolts, the orbs, are very situational. The soul flames, they're gone very quickly. They spin very fast too, though. Blind influence up. Let's go with cooldown reduction and influence up here. Then experience cooldown and bombardment, and then more cooldown. Bombardment giving us more reload speed per extra shuriken on a clip, which is fantastic. Also, we have more shurikens in our clip. And venom over here is going to give us another 10% chance to poison enemies. But also, we can get experience up and then blind, which creates 2 soul flames every 10 seconds. And our soul flames have a 10% chance to apply confused, which causes movement back and forth aimlessly for 4 seconds. Which is pretty darn good, I think. We should apply some caltrops to the top there. The poison does help a lot, because it's just some slow damage over time effect that we can reapply for extra damage. And doubling our damage on the shurikens and pass through the prism is fantastic. And the right and the left. The right and left, and yeah. Let's get the experience up, the blind, more experience and venom. And then besides that, we will probably molten shot, create a prism that causes basic attacks to apply burning. Ooh. No, that's interesting. And we also get catalyst over this way. Whenever you complete a quest, you have a 25% chance to create a prism in a random lane. Besides that, we also have influence up here, which is fantastic for us. Critically strike 165 times. We do attack fast. And we have 3.4% chance to crit. Which isn't great just yet. Wait, does the attack get doubled twice there? If it passes through 2 prisms? I'd assume so, right? In that case, we don't need any caltropes up there. And we can still apply some. I keep thinking that the bats can fly over those. They should be able to fly over those. Let's get disability, range, and catalyst. Fantastic. Also influence up down here. Also, we'll be heading. Let's get this question mark here. It's reload speed. Nice. Catalyst, experience up there. The Spirit Clan. And we've got 8 trophies, so we'll visit the Blood Clan. Next up, critically striking 8 enemies causes you to fire 2 basic attacks in a random direction. Let's go. Clip contains 3 additional shurikens. Let's go. Whenever you complete a quest, your critical strike chances increase by 5% until the end of the night. That is fantastic. Trophies remaining is 4. We've got 2 only though. Critically striking 50 enemies creates a prism in a random lane. That's interesting. Alright, we'll move on. We only have 2 trophies left. But we have a 100% chance to get an extra trophy. So this is a prism that also gives us a damage over time effect. And that is pretty nice. We can have multiples of it, you know, like guaranteed. The caltrops aren't cleared at the end of the night, so we can just stack those. If we want to. That's 3 prisms in 1 lane. Huzzah! I wish they would also increase the range, perhaps. That's 5 prisms in 1 lane. Alright. Get more experience. Let's get that. Get this range up. One, two, three. Let's get these, I guess. Catalyst, plus some experience, some health. We can get more influence over this way. Visit the Spirit Clan, perhaps. Get Crash and Leap. Sounds pretty good. I do wonder what the legendaries are like for the ninja. Besides the one you get with, like, the clan. Alright, we got prisms in every lane. It's gonna help us a bunch. Range is sort of our biggest problem at the moment. Also getting some crit chance perhaps. For some of those levels ups. But not getting hit as much means also getting more experience and more talent points, which is fantastic for us. Let's get some low cooldowns, health up, influence up, crash and leap, which will help us out. And thanks to crash and leap, we can learn any talent in our vision range, I believe. That counts. Once per night, when all of your abilities are on cooldown, their cooldowns are instantly reset, which is fantastic. You can also get entropy right there. And visit the Spirit Clan perhaps. Let's go this way instead and get the influence and the range up, as well as the crit chance. There's more crit chance. I would love to get more crit chance there. No, that's the range. We're at 32% crit chance. We're actually not struggling as much as I thought we would. Would be for, you know, crit chance. Crit chance. There's more range here. I'll just grab that because I want to get the experience and Shadow Step. Toxic Overload. There we go. Instantly reloading is pretty amazing. Because it means that we already get some momentum onto our stuff. Like, the cooldowns are getting pretty short. We're at max Caltrops. Continue. Where were we? We wanted something. Let's get health and the experience up. Right, we wanted to get the experience and the cooldown reduction of it this way. Get Shadow Step, which will enable this range up right there. Get cooldown reduction, or reload speed rather. Some health. More influence. We're at 11 trophies. Did get to that clan already. Spirit Clan would be fantastic. Let's get this range up and then move towards the Spirit Clan upgrade. Also give us the Crash and Leap. Now we gotta lose some of these Caltrops. There we go. In order for us to get the reset immediately, make use of that one perk we have. Since it's a once per night effect, we might as well use it as soon as possible. What I found interesting so far is that we didn't see any things in terms of healing. So far, no regen or anything like that, no lifesteal. I do wonder if that's a thing you'll find eventually, or if the ninja is just not about that at all. We're taking a bunch of damage too, quite often, because I do miss some enemies. Like that one. Just use some abilities at the end of the night there. Continue. Cooldown, crit. Cooldown, crit. Crash and leap, which will... Oh, anything in range. Boop, boop. Alrighty. They survive longer. At the end of the night, next night, you level up 4 times. And then the next one is all talents and abilities that create soul flames create an additional soul flames. The soul flame. That is cool. We only have 5 there. We'll get this over here, which will enable us to get anything we want, like entropy. Could visit the Blood Clan. Next reward requires 4 trophies. We can get that. And that makes it so that we critically striking 50 enemies creates a prism in a random lane. Critically striking 25 enemies causes a random ability to activate. Well, that's nice. Besides that though, crit chance. What else can we get? Abilities or anything. Question mark for reload speed. Huzzah. Gonna try and use as many abilities as possible to get our quest here. We're using abilities so often. What are cooldowns? Are masking. Fantastic. We'll continue. We'll get health. We'll get some influence up. We'll go with more experience this way as well. Over there, we've got entropy and stuff. If we get the celestial leap upgrade, we could go with we did get that already. Never mind. Let's go with range. Like, we could go for this, but I don't think it's too worth it. Since we don't have any trophies. It is pretty early over here. Pardon that little yawn there. Let's get the health up, the influence, and range up. Crit chance, shadow step, which gives us some more influence. Fantastic. Can head this way and get some health. Expunge. And catalyst. And entropy over here is going to be very, very useful when we get it next. There we go. We just need our caltrops to be used once. The limit is a bit rough. Not being able to use them is a bit annoying, because I'd rather have them have no limit but cleared out after every night than the way it is right now. Oh my goodness. Red enemies, red trees. The trees are tanky as heck. Always have been. But the red versions are even worse. All right. Entropy for more influence and range and experience and stuff. Hitting an enemy with 3 basic attacks applies wounded to them, which doubles the damage taken for 2 seconds. That is pretty darn good, I think. You know? Gain 20 trophies. Pay to win much? I mean, look. This is what, like, a character that I wouldn't be able to play on, like, higher speed. Simply because I can't spam abilities that fast. Unless I play with 2 hands, of course. Like, as in, I'm not using AWSD because that's like the intuitive thing for me. And I instead use the arrow keys, and then I can just... Actually, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. This is the first character where I actually have to use my left hand for the numbers and my right hand for the arrows, rather than AWSD. Which... I don't know, I'm just lazy sometimes. I don't like using both hands in games. I used to do that so much though. Like, Risk of Rain 1, for instance, was a game that I would, like, you know, I would play with 2 hands, obviously. You had, like, AWSD, and then you had, I believe, space, JK, and L, I think? I'm not sure anymore. Like, you had 3 buttons for the abilities, and then... another... at least I rebound something to space. If we get the Celestial Leap or whatever, we could just get over there. But I believe this is connected, so crit chance, cooldown. Influence. Mystery Talent. Crescent Leap. Can just go for that then. Let's get more experience here. More influence, since we're also nearly done with that quest. I'll get the crit chance and the experience up here. We can go for that crit chance next. We can also go for Crescent Leap here, which will then enable us to get to Esteem over here and then visit the Blood Clan. Oh, but it seems that this is the final night already. Time passed so quickly. Luckily we add to the damage over time effect, so once we do poison one of those trunky boys, the chunky boys, the trunky boys, the tanky ones, we can just add on to the damage. It's taking a little while. In it. I do wonder whether or not, technically needing two hands to play this character. I mean, it worked out quite well for most run, or if you just don't spam abilities as much. I think that's fine. But I do wonder if something like that would pose an accessibility issue. You know? Oh no, you need two hands. That's 60 experience points. Grind set, Spirit of Adventure, and Fracture. Which is a talent that will appear in your future run. So it appears on a Bone Clan. Oh! I see. When your prisms break at the end of the night, they drop experience gems. This is nice. I like that. Get a lot of prisms. At the end of each night, you learn a random talent somewhere on the tree. I love that. There's no bad talents. New core talents, fantastic. Whenever a basic attack passes through a prism, it creates a small nova, dealing 4 damage increased by ability power. Let's go. Iridescent. First time you fall below 35% health points each night, you fire 5 basic attacks in every direction and heal to maximum health points. Nice. No unlocks. Let's continue on to endless mode and just see how far we can go. Got 14 points here. Can go for this. Get the trophies there. And go for Blood Clan. All talents that require critical strikes to activate have the requirements reduced by 25%. Whenever you complete a quest, you restore 20 health points. Oh, that's nice. Master Assassin. Dash through a lane and teleport to the one behind you, dealing 20 damage to all enemies you pass through. That's an active ability, though. Create a prism that causes basic attacks to apply poisoned. Oh no. Anyways, we do have a lot of talent points. With experience, crit chance, and then crash and leap over here to get the one ring. No, to get... I mean, it would be fine. I'm gonna go with this over here. The shred. Besides that, we've got 4 points. So let's get this and this. We can then also increase our influence twice and move on. There we go. Now we can use our abilities again. We just gotta pay attention, basically. Continue. We got a bunch of talent points. We can get the catalyst, the influence. This will just give us the range up, which is it's basically, well, we get a level up. That's all. Nothing happens exactly in this case. It's a useful one to have, but usually, but right there it just did nothing. With 3 trophies, getting more trophies is going to be harder and harder. I reckon that it'd be best to invest into crit chance and a bombardment over here, and then get more crit chance. We're 79% right now. Killing 780 enemies is going to be relatively easy. We get 2 trophies for the next one. 2.6 with a 60% chance of getting 3, I guess. Right? Let's pay attention, I guess. We've got 3 trophies. Yeah, we got 7. Damn, we took hits. Our reload speed is 0 right now because of our ability. We have so many shurikens too. Or is it just 0 all around? I don't know. No. It's not 0 all around. Alrighty. 9 talent points. We can move on and get Envenom again. We can get Bombardment again to just get even more shurikens. Health up, reload speed, crit chance, Expunge. Which gives us Soul Flames a 10% chance to apply poisoned. Also, we create a Soul Flame every 10 seconds. Whoa, that's useful. Besides that, though. Let's visit the Bloodman clan. 1, 2, 3. Gives us critically striking 6 enemies, causes you to fire 2 basic attacks in a random direction. Nice. Gain ability power equal to your critical strike chance. Fantastic. We need 4 for that. Amazing. Whenever you complete a quest, your range is increased by 0.2 until the end of the night. Whenever you use an ability, you create a soul flame. Oh my god, we gotta go with a Bone Clan. Oh, cancel. We have 1 point. What do we do? We want to get as many trophies as possible, so we'll have to get some more influence right here and here. But also, at the same time, if we just head upwards, eventually we'll reach a portal and possibly get a bunch of trophies or something like that, or talent points. Talent points. Here we go. We've got to use our abilities there. We have to create a bunch of soul flames. It would be in our best interest to stall this out as much as possible to get a bunch of soul flames. You know, technically speaking. But also, if we beat this quicker, then we can get more influence before we complete this quest. Like, the bone enemies would enable that. Entropy. The one ring. Crit up. Bombardment. Health up. Portal. 12 talent points. Nice. And we get a new net and everything. Okay, we did end up taking one hit. But it was all in the name of using our caltrops again. I guess alternatively, we don't really care too much about it. Our cooldowns are pretty low after all. We'll get the reset just eventually during the night. Like at this stage, at this point in time, I don't think it's worth it. Worth losing the experience over. Bum bum. Fantastic. We need to use a bunch of abilities. Caltrop is a bit annoying for that because we can't use it repeatedly. Barrage. 24%. Rare talents appear more often is pretty great. That's 12 level ups there. With 100% crit chance, which is amazing. Means, however, that on top of, like, you know, like, anything that we get in terms of, like, crits is useless. Basically. So yeah, let's get this experience up over here so we can get bombardment afterwards. And... okay, next night at 25. Honestly, shooting the shurikens in random directions is amazing, especially when they get buffed up with the prisms. And then our poison. We just gotta make sure that we always have some caltrops everywhere. It's just a matter of spamming. Just a matter of spamming it all. But yeah, I haven't been able to upload much lately, and I figured, hey, this would be good to just talk about stuff. But we haven't really been yapping at all so far. As such, we'll just do that now, since we're at the Endless Night. So if you're watching this now, you get some yapping. I'll try to upload daily again. It's been a while since I've tried that. Let's get the range up and the envenom over here, because the poison is good. Adds 2 additional shurikens to your clip. Your basic... Is that until the end of the night? Apply poison until your next reload, which is pretty much never. We don't reload much, which is good. Barrage is just very good. Got 9 trophies. 5 trophies. I think what I'll do is I'll get cooldowns. Visit the Blood Clan. Exit the Blood Clan. Was just to say hello. Visit the Bone Clan. And get this. Range is increased. Fantastic. Exit out. Get this Crash and Leap. Expunge. Let's get the reload speed up. And then head towards the portal. Get the experience and then expunge next. We'll have 50% more rare talents, which is going to be fantastic. But yeah, I got sick. I had a cold, which was pretty bad. Especially because if you have a fever, it's pretty warm, you know? And you get sweaty and everything. But then, also, it's summer. And summer colds are the worst, man. Because I live under the roof. So it gets even warmer. And then you sweat even more, and it just... You shower like 3 times a day, and it's rough. I have a basic attack pass through 5 prisms as ninja. Nice. I'm not a fan of achievements that are tied to DLC. I wish that there was a feature on Steam to separate the achievements so that each DLC had the achievements on its own, like, as in, like, oh, a game has this set of achievements and you can get 100%. Fantastic. And then when you get a DLC, the DLC has achievements that are tied to the DLC, but you still have, like, the 100%. So if you don't own the DLC, you don't have, like, oh, 80% missing or whatever, you know? That'd be pretty good. I don't know, maybe it's just a very minor thing. It doesn't matter as much. But just something I thought about. Get more influence for more trophies and more experience right here. And then we'll also get the Crash and Leap for 1 more point. Magical Castle. Learn the closest epic talent on the tree. Alright, we can do that. I'll get the range up here through that. And then we'll get the magical Casa next time. So whenever we use abilities, we shoot out shurikens in random directions, and since we shoot out abilities all the time, that's gonna be pretty good as a defense mechanism. Critically strike enemies. We have so much crit chance. I mean, we have 100% crit chance, so this should be easily done as long as we can manage to crit enemies a lot. See, like, the number goes up so much because all our shurikens crit. I'm not sure if our abilities crit, though. Like our soul flayers or the caltrops. Doesn't matter, though. Level up 11 times. Is the next one. Continue. Get this. And that's the closest one. Critically striking 15 enemies grants 20% ability power until the end of the night. Fantastic. Barrage. Get more range and experience. More influence. Crit, experience, and influence. We can get Envenom next, probably. But I don't think it matters too much. Crescent Leap is fantastic. We can jump from Crescent Leap to Crescent Leap. Crescent. Got 19 trophies too. Alrighty. Just focusing a little bit because the bonies are a bit annoying. But yeah, Steins Gate is gonna return soon. I've been waking up super early, so I'll have some time to record each day and then publish it later. Especially if I don't do an hour-long episodes like this. But look, I love this game. I love Talented so much. Use 58 abilities. Next. Alright, let's do this. And get that. Gives us Barrage. Gives us Entropy. Cool Induction. And more Influence. Now we can head this way to get more Barrage. Which is more good. More range. More Influence. Fantastic. Got 24 trophies. We'll visit some clans soon again. They're going through our caltrops pretty quickly now. Which is a bit scary. Do we take damage? We better not. I don't want to lose the experience multiplier. Yep, we took another hit there. We're back to brilliant. It's good that, like, the talent pack, rather than talent packages showing up on the tree, we have a clan, so that changes how the game works in a way. At the same time, it's not as overpowered as the talent packages in a way, because it's tied to the trophies, and the level up requirements for quests are pretty rough. Let's get this. Whenever you use an ability, you have a 25% chance to add a shuriken to your clip until the end of the night. Let's get that then. Visit the Spirit Clan. Boop, boop. All talents and abilities to create soul flames. Create an additional soul flame is fantastic. Whenever you complete a quest, you level up. Create 3 soul flames every 10 seconds. The damage of your soul flames is doubled. Ooh. Alrighty. We have one more point. There's another Crescent Leap over here. Let's get more influence here. I've been thinking of doing some edited content, but at the same time I yap so much during my videos that I feel like bad when I cut stuff out. And I don't know where to do cuts. And also editing takes time, and I don't have much time. Which makes stuff a bit difficult. You know? But also this is a hobby. And I don't want to burn out from it. So for the time being, it's just going to be a lot of roguelikes and indie showcases, etc, etc. There's been demos. I haven't really played any demos at all this next fest because I've been visiting family. And I ended up... oh, no, 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 no. Only playing the Moonlighter 2 demo. Which is fair. Survive Night 30 in Endless Mode as Ninja. Alright. Got 9 trophies. The next one is over here. Let's get the range and then... Boom, boom, boom. Boop. Damage is doubled for Soul Flames. Creates 5 Soul Flames every 10 seconds. Whenever Soul Flame passes through a lane, it has a 20% chance to fire a laser, dealing 4 damage. Which isn't a lot, but is pretty great. Like, that's some extra damage. And extra damage is good. This is pretty useless. Get the extra experience here. Gives us expunge. There's more entropy. Okay, we're starting to get outscaled a little bit. So getting that laser perk would help us a lot. The cold drops are really not doing enough. The wounds are helping though, the many prisms too. The fact that we practically never run out of shurikens. We're taking so many hits here. Someone survived. Fantastic. Deal 1200 damage. Sheesh. And Venom, cool reduction. I'll grab this to get bombardment over this way. We don't have enough trophies for that. There's more experience, more entropy, more experience again, and that's all we have overnight. It's a shame that health and crit chance don't do anything. I wish that crit, like getting more than 100% crit chance would increase the crit damage. Even if it was by like 1% per percentage of crit that you've got. Oh, we're dead here. Oh well, that was a good run though. And same with health, maybe you could reduce the damage by 1 per health pickup or something like that. Per 10 health or 20 health or whatever. Clear Mind. Now reduce ability cooldowns by 10% after each use. Ooh, grind set. Whenever you complete a quest, a sack of experience appears in a random lane. Blessing is fantastic. Let's go to the main menu. And there's a new wave mode as well that we'll check out another time. Besides that, though, there's challenges for the ninja. We'll need to unlock it by getting to a higher rank. Oh well. For now, though, that was pretty interesting. Change environment. Demonic Conveyor Belt. Nightshade Grove. Abandon all hope, but enjoy the scenery. The home of many plants used to craft potions and poisons. Those who return to life regret ever visiting. You'd be lucky to survive a night, let alone 20. Created by Rue and Lay. Created by Rue. As Breezy and Lay. Build a Beast Workshop. Oh. So these like just skins for a map, or do they change like the game as well? And we have random characters an option as well, which is fantastic. Anyhow, that was it for today. I hope you had a fantastic time. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you around. Until next time. Bye bye.